Jeff and Bill filling in for Peter Boyles on a very special broadcast live from the Colorado State Republican Assembly in Pueblo. Thousands of Republicans have gathered, mostly in the parking lot at this point.
They're tailgating at this point. That's yes.
I sure hope they're drinking a little bit out there.
Oh, yeah.
The process to get in has clearly been fumbled. We're supposed to start at 9. We're now past 11. Nothing from the main stage.
And we're not even close. We got hundreds of seats still open.
We might do this entire broadcast without any speeches directly from the stage, but we're still getting analysis. Many candidates. Scott Bottoms walked in to applause. People in the crowd with the signs.
Oh, here comes someone else.
Walked in. Victor Marks walking in right now.
Oh, listen to that
Victor
cheer.
Marks. A lot of energy, biggest crowd welcome so far.
Lots of signs, lots of people holding up, and people that don't want Victor up holding up signs for their choice.
For Scott Bottoms, that's right. He's working the crowd. Joining us here, the Sheriff of Weld County, Steve Reams. Thank you. Glad to have you here.
That's really what all the applause was for.
Yes, it is.
Well, we said that this is kind of like a wrestling atmosphere, and you got a wrestling kind of motif.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
You could jump in and mix it up MMA style.
It would be entertaining to the crowd at this point because there's nothing else for them to watch.
I know.
Sheriff, who have you picked for governor? Have you picked yet?
Well, I'm supporting Barb Kirkmeyer, but through this process today, I have to think about if Barb Kirkmeyer doesn't win the primary, who do I think is the second best option? So I'm going to listen to some speeches today. I've had a chance to talk with all these folks. I'm undecided at this point as to who I would support here today.
Are you voting today?
I'm a delegate. I'm a delegate. So
you will have the opportunity to vote.
Yeah. Now, that's interesting, the fact that you're voting. I had a question for you on that one. What are you? You come at this from a very, very unique situation.
Yes.
I've got to outline this for the audience. This is Sheriff Steve Reams. So he comes at this from an elected official. He comes at this from law enforcement, but also comes at this as a Republican and a longtime resident of the state. And so he has seen changes happen within his lifetime and his residency here as far as how our state has changed. So he has a really unique position to say that he's coming in here as a delegate to be looking at who he will cast a vote for governor. Sir, what are you looking for out of that candidate?
Well, Billy, you really outlined a lot of the issues I've dealt with in law enforcement over the last 29 years at the sheriff's office. The table has been turned that it makes crime much easier in this state for criminals. The criminal justice system is definitely swayed towards the bad guy at this point. So I'm looking for that law and order candidate. And quite frankly, Jason Meixel is the natural pick for me if he gets up here and he gives a good speech and he says all the things that he's going to do for this state. That's where my intuition would be. But I haven't checked the box for anyone yet because I do want to hear what these folks have to say. And Victor Marks was just parading through here. I want to hear if he's going to talk about any policy issues on stage because I have not had a chance to hear that. So, maybe he's going to knock our socks off. I don't know. But I can tell you that this is the stage where sometimes a candidate really makes his mark. Greg Lopez did that a few years ago, and he became a sensation overnight just by the speech he gave here because he was inspiring. And I'm trying to come in with an open mind.
I love the fact that you lead with crime. We've heard that from a couple of different delegates and from a couple of candidates as well. Now, crime gets worse and better here in the state of Colorado, yet Democrats consistently get elected.
Correct.
So what I want to ask you, and you've had to get elected, and you've had to do it based on crime. So what I want to know is, how do you make crime a voting issue? You've got a chance to talk to the GOP delegates in this room right now.
Yeah.
How do you make it a voting issue so it matters in the upcoming election?
Well, so I guess it depends on what the position is you're running for. If you're running for governor, you got to talk about vetoing bad bills that, tilt the criminal justice system against law enforcement. You've got to talk about figuring out ways to prioritize space in the Department of Corrections and make sure that people actually stay in prison for the time that they're supposed to be. But I think the most fundamental thing a governor's candidate can do is push for the idea of truth in sentencing. So when someone gets sentenced to 10 years in the Department of Corrections, what does that actually mean? because right now it's about 3.5 years for a 10-year sentence. So I think if a governor wants to really resonate and talk about making programmatic or policy changes for the state of Colorado and make the criminal justice system have teeth, it's truth in sentencing.
That was something George Brockler talked about a lot, was the idea that, you sit here and you see this sentence, you go out, you pat yourself on the back, but realize they're only going to be serving a fraction of that.
It's probably one of the most frustrating things for anyone who works in the law enforcement field. You arrest a guy, you think, all right, we've put him away, he won't be victimizing anyone else, and he's back at his job, if you will, within months. And it's, you're arresting the same people over and over and over again.
That's Steve Reams. He's the sheriff of Weld County, joining us live here at the Republican Assembly. We're waiting for it to kick off. Now at least 2 hours delayed as they're having challenges credentialing people. But this is the room where 18 candidates are going to be making speeches to try to get on the ballot. Only 3 at the most can emerge. And it could be fewer than that. Somebody gets maybe 70%.
This is turning into Coachella. It's going to be like an all-day thing.
You know what? It's actually more like the fire.
Oh, the fire festival. Yes, that's a good one. Turning into fire festival. Yes, exactly.
Actually happens. Now, Steve, you're running for county commissioner. Give us a sense of your race.
So I've cleared the Republican side of the race. I'm being told there's an unaffiliated candidate that's going to run against me or try to run against me. That unaffiliated candidate is actually more situated with the Democrat Socialists of America. And in Weld County, I don't think that's a winning message. So I feel pretty good about where my campaign is going. I've had a ton of support. The fundraising has been monumental. So I think I'm in a really good spot, but I'm campaigning for a pay cut, so it seems a little foolish.
But, what is wrong with you? Yeah, well, it's like you work in radio or something.
I'm not that much of a pay cut.
Guys, I do see down here we got Sean Pond, and standing next to Sean Pond is Joe Oltmann. Joe now making his entrance into the room. He was running for governor, withdrew, is now running for chairman of the Colorado Republican Party. Steve Reams, does Joe Oltmann have your support?
I think anybody that would not repeat what we're going through today is probably going to get a lot of support from this room.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, a lot of people raise his comments. Do you think he could be an effective leader of the state?
I don't know that answer. I've spoken with Joe Oltmann, one-on-one, and quite honestly, he's a very intelligent guy. He's easy to talk to. But the comments that he makes when he goes on social media or when he goes on podcasts they're very inflammatory. So I don't know how you balance that out. We'll see what that looks like, but that's not being taken care of today.
For me, it's an idea of, again, the Republican Party can pick whatever leader they want, but how is that leadership and how is that party going to be viewed by the unaffiliated and the Democrats if you want to broaden the tent? Is the person that is leading the party going to bring the people in, and what has been the previous exposure to Joe Oltmann? And the previous exposure that most unaffiliated and the Democrats have had to him, any persuadable voters, has been somewhat negative. And that's going to be a hurdle.
My fear on this is that we may not have a choice in candidates. It may just be Joe Oltmann. And when I say fear, people need to be able to dialogue and debate one another so you get the best that rises to the top. And if people start backing out and we don't have viable candidates, he's going to get voted on by acclamation. And I don't think that's the best interest of the party, not because of who Oltmann is necessarily. It's just not what's good for the party.
Yeah, there's a Phineas and Ferb reference about winning by default that I won't make right now.
Well, Linda Bottoms, Scott Bottoms' wife, is getting a wave going. There you go.
There we go. Yeah, this is the Jeff and Bill Show. We are filling in for Peter Boyles. Peter Boyles usually on this slot here from 9 to 1 here on 710 KNUS. We are taking over for today. He filled in for us yesterday. We are down live on the campus of CSU Pueblo Masai Arena. It is the State Colorado GOP Assembly, talking to Sheriff Steve Reams right now.
That's right. Sheriff, I want to talk to you about the challenge you and your department had with people that were deemed incompetent and then let out. This was a problem that a lot of people recognize. Now, it was a bipartisan problem. What got this into law was both Republicans and Democrats saying, well, if somebody's crazy and we don't necessarily have a bed for them, let's not lock them in a jail. The result, though, being very dangerous. People were let out to the point where you as sheriff were having to do public notices to go, hey, my hands are tied here, guys. we got very dangerous people I have to release because some judge said they couldn't stand for trial. What's going on? Any updates there?
Well, so the legislature have put together a 197-page bill. I think it's Senate Bill 26-149 that's supposed to close these gaps, if you will, when it comes to mental competency issues in the state of Colorado. I think it is a decent fix. I'm going to say it's good. It's not great, but it's good. There's still some work that could be done. 197 pages, the devil's in the details. So anything that corrects this mess that we're dealing with in law enforcement, I had a person who had been sitting in my jail for attempted second-degree murder that we were forced to release, and he went right back out into the community, and 8 days later he had a AR-15 style weapon in a college campus dorm. That's obviously a failure of the criminal justice system. So it's got to get closed. That loophole has to get closed, and things have to get fixed. Hopefully this legislation does that.
We're talking with Steve Reams, and I've got to just help describe the scene we're facing right now. So directly in front of us are the MAGA Jews. They got their yarmulkes that say "Make America Great Again." The MAGA Jews.
The MAGA Jews.
And they're waving a Trump banner. Meanwhile, Linda Bottoms, wife of Scott Bottoms, is getting the wave going. Oh, there go the MAGA Jews again. I got to tell you guys, it's classic.
This is great.
When you see the end of those national conferences where Republicans and Democrats are dancing on stage, and you're like, good Lord, politicians don't know how to dance.
Oh, yeah.
Right? It's kind of goofy and awkward. It's a little bit like what we're experiencing right here.
This is like debate tournaments when you can't get the results back quickly enough, and the kids are used to have to do stuff in the lunchroom for a while. Yeah, this is what this is.
Steve Reams, I want to ask you this question. The party's clearly divided.
Yeah.
But look, it's primary time. Right. I've been through this. Sure. I remember working so hard to stop Mitt Romney from being the nominee in 2012. I was working for Rick Santorum at the time. Then, about 12 weeks later, I was hired by the Romney team. I became his coalition's director here in Colorado, and I went to the mat to work for Mitt Romney to try to stop Barack Obama. Mm-hmm. Do you think we can come together out of the primary in June? If it's Barb Kirkmeyer, Victor Marks, Scott Bottoms, can they unite? Can they come together? Is there enough energy for Republicans to win this year?
I think there's not a better time for Republicans to win than the situation we're in this state right now, especially when you look at the candidates that are being put up on the Democrat side. I think we have a chance in the state of Colorado to pull off some of those statewide seats. But when I told you I wanted to hear the candidate speeches today, it's because I really want to hear these candidates say, hey, if I'm not the pick, if I'm not the winner, I will work my tail off to make sure that other person is, whomever it is. And we haven't heard that a lot in this venue over the last few cycles. So I hope that big tent mentality takes over and all these candidates can coalesce behind whomever the victor is. And I'm not using that because it's Victor Marks, but whoever the winner is.
Pun intended.
Everybody get in line and support that person, because in my world, the Democrat policies that have been pushed forward in this state have ruined what it is to work in criminal justice. And so I want to see that swing back from the Republican side happen. I think that Attorney General's race is way more important than anyone's given it credit for. We have an excellent candidate in Michael Allen.
Correct.
And I don't think the Dems have a good candidate to put up. So if nothing else, if that one statewide seat could be won, maybe that's the starting point. The governor's race is probably still a long shot, but I want everyone here to walk out of here with the mindset of whoever the Republican candidate is, I'm going to support him.
Sheriff Steve Reams on the Jeff and Bill Show, filling in for Peter Boyles as we are live at the Colorado State Assembly that eventually will kick off. You might be the most disappointed guy here today. I came to hear speeches. Said Steve Reams, and there might not be any.
Well, that's the way it's feeling.
Did you see the headline in the Denver Post? 7th shooting in 7 straight days in Denver?
I did not see that, but I'm not surprised. I mean, when you handcuff the cops, and that's by not just legislation, that's by the administration in Denver. When you're restricting the way that the cops go out and interact with bad guys, and you're putting boundaries on it, it's a natural consequence.
But they didn't put handcuffs on their ability to go after ICE agents. I mean, that's like their priority. They're going, well,
We'll stand arm in arm and fight them.
I mean, yeah. I mean, do you know anybody in law enforcement? But here's the wild thing, because they almost are describing and passing a law for something that's already illegal, right? So if an ICE agent is just like randomly harming people, well, of course, that's already...
There's already a law for that.
There's already a law for that.
Yeah.
But then they come in and they say, well, now we're going to reaffirm and expect law enforcement to address that. But it's already being done. And I've got to imagine Denver PD and the rest of the folks, I'm not talking the leadership, but the people down, we're just like, are you kidding me? With all the problems we're going to face, you want me going after an ICE agent because I think they might be a little too rough with somebody? Give me a break.
Well, in my time in law enforcement, the one thing that I think cops pretty much universally agree on, unless they fit in this category I'm about to describe, is good cops hate bad cops.
That's right. That's
and so
right.
if your agency is full of people who are there to do the right thing, if they see a bad actor, they don't want that person affiliated with their line of work. And ICE agents are cops. So if we see ICE agents doing things that tarnish the entire profession, we want to take care of that issue as well. So again, the cop on the street in Denver is not the problem. It's the administration of Denver not allowing them to do their job is what the problem is.
Steve Reams, Sheriff, I want to ask you real quick, too. You've been very generous with your time. Thank you for this.
I have a lot of it today.
Right,
we all seem to. We're doing the wave here. We got a lot of time.
There's a guy going by with a sign saying that there's a Victor Marks tailgate party somewhere. I think we might see people start to leave.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, too. I'm like, are you trying to make people leave?
At this point, let's talk Denver Post headline, 68% of those that have been captured by ICE in Colorado were either with charges or pending charges on them. So only about 30, maybe it's 32, 36%. Could be off on a few percentage points there. But where totally, nice people, I guess, that just decided to cross the border illegally. That's a crime in itself. But the point being, 60+% of the people taken off the streets had criminal convictions or pending charges. Have you noticed Colorado get a little bit safer with that population gone?
Well, I can tell you, my community specifically, ICE has had an impact on taking out some troublesome folks. They've gotten rid of people who have, they're the DUI drivers, they're the spousal abusers, and no one's the worse for that. I don't know a better way to say that. If someone's in the country illegally, but they're also violating our crimes, why do we want to keep that person here? Why do we want to welcome that person? That's one last call that your local law enforcement has to go to. If this illegal person in the country is committing illegal crimes, now your cops can focus on other things. Yes, they're still going to deal with regular citizens that are committing crime, but that's kind of what law enforcement's supposed to be there for. We don't need any extras.
Steve Reams, current sheriff up in Weld County, running for county commissioner. Give folks your website.
It's reamsforcommissioner.com.
reamsforcommissioner.com. Sir, it's an honor to have you here.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Like seeing you guys here. It's great.
I think he looks a bit like a wrestler. We could we could get a ring going here.
Find me an opponent. Let's make it happen.
There we go.
Where's George Brockler, by the way?
Oh, man, that would be fun. Get him here. I will body slam that guy.
I would pay to watch that.
All right, we will be continuing. You're listening to the Jeff and Bill Show, filling in for Peter Boyles live here at the Colorado State Assembly in Pueblo. May eventually kick off. They're now 2 hours and 20 minutes past the time to have them kick this thing off. So we'll see. We'll continue. We'll be right back. 710 KNUS in Denver. This is Jeff and Bill filling in for Peter Boyles on a very special State Assembly, Colorado Republican State Assembly live broadcast. We're down here in the room. Now, there's some challenges.
Very
apparently
big challenges
around the printing of ballots. What was supposed to begin at 7 by allowing people in and credentialing.
Yeah.
Program was to start at 9. It is now 11:30. And the program has not even begun.
And we know that Joan from Lakewood, who was kind enough to make her way up here, we are up in the rafters here at Messiah Arena at CSU Pueblo campus. Her husband is still outside in line. I can see her across the court from us. I can see where she's sitting, and the husband is still out in line. We have reports that there are a lot of people still outside, and there are questions as to whether or not there are going to be enough seats for the number of people that are still outside. So we'll have to see, but several hundred seats still open. Yeah, I can't believe it's 11:30 and we haven't started a single thing yet.
So joining us live here is Charlie Johnson. He's working with the Colorado State Republican Party on an effort to get people registered as Republicans, which seems like a really good effort because we're now third out of all the registrants out there.
But you also got to feel like Sisyphus to a certain point because you're third out of all of them. So you can only go up.
Did you say
Sisyphus? Yeah, Sisyphus.
Oh.
The guy from Greek mythology that's pushing the boulder up the hill and then it falls back down on him.
Yeah, there you go.
Kind of the same thing.
Charlie, tell us about this effort. Why have you guys pulled it together? Aren't people required to register when they get a driver's license, that type of thing? Tell us about your effort here, Charlie Johnson.
Yeah, first of all, thanks for having me. Thanks for having me. I appreciate that. I started a voter registration drive up in Jefferson County last year. I was listening to a radio show similar to this, and I kept hearing the same Republican theme that registering 15-year-olds is something that we're not looking to do, and we think that's a crazy thing, and at some point we're going to overturn that. Well, guess what? We're not overturning anything. So why should we ignore a demographic that the left is out signing them up? Why shouldn't we? So I decided to start with the youth vote. You can pre-register youth as young as 15 years old in this state, and I figure why not? So I originally we started a voter registration drive. We registered with the state of Colorado. We called the county clerks there in Jeffco, and we volunteered as Republicans, and we went into the schools on a nonpartisan basis to see how things were done. And now we're outreaching groups of youth and other demographics that we think is going to drive the Republican message forward and help us out.
Now, I'll tell you, that may be just, brass tacks, might be one of the most intelligent statements we are going to hear in this room all day. And here's the reason why.
Well,
okay?
thank you.
Yes. Here's the reason why, and this is why I want to give you a little bit that you can help with your arguments and push back to people that think you're wasting your time. That you are trying to establish brand loyalty. All of the big advertisers understand that. Why does McDonald's have a Happy Meal? To make sure the kids want to return to McDonald's over and over again. You go and you ask a group of middle schoolers, what is their favorite soda, Coke or Pepsi? Then ask them 10 years from now, do you think you'll be drinking the other one? Not a single one is going to tell you they're going to change brand. You establish brand preference early in life, especially in teenage years. You can consider brand loyalty almost 80% of the time for the rest of their life.
Amen.
What you're trying to do, my friend, is establish brand loyalty. Maybe the smartest statement anybody is going to say in the room today.
Amen. I totally agree with you. And ignoring a whole group of generation of voters and not having them see a friendly Republican face, to me, is a missed opportunity, and that's why we started doing this.
McDonald's is talking to them. Red Bull's talking to them. The movies are talking to them. The parties need to talk to them first. The Democrats already figured this out. The Democrats understand that if they can get you in the tent now, then they'll go ahead. Exactly. That's why they hooked up with MTV and everything else. That's exactly it. It's about brand preference. You are going about it the right way.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Part of our strategy was we would put together a business card with a QR code on it to allow people easy access to the Secretary of State's office. They're not fumbling around. They can go right to it, and they can register any way they want. But, obviously we prefer we go as Republicans. But we'll go into any venue. We've been into churches and schools where we've been asked to be nonpartisan, and we will certainly do that. We just want to get in front of the youth, and we think that'll pay off.
That's Charlie Johnson. He's with the Colorado Republican Party Register to Vote effort. And I ran into this because I didn't know this law. My kids get their permit at 15, and they get registered to vote. And you're like, wait, what? You guys can't vote. You can't
Motor
vote for
voter.
anything.
Yeah.
Right? And the idea being that I guess when they passed this law, they wanted kids registered to vote. So, bam, you turn 18, that ballot's coming to you. Is that what the intent was with all that?
That is, and doing further investigation when I started it, I found out that that was the case. But not only that, the schools are actually mandated to register kids. So
the schools are
the
mandated?
schools they do a drive in the spring and fall semester, and they have people in charge of that work with the county clerks. And I think it's a great idea that we get youth involved.
Oh, hey! It's starting to kick off.
Microphone announcement at 11:29 in the morning.
Yeah, that's right. Adam, are you able to
Oh, no,
go?
there's nothing there.
No, never mind.
No,
All right.
nothing there yet. It was a tease.
I kind of feel their pain. When I was running the 2016 Western Conservative Summit, Donald Trump was 2.5 hours late.
Oh.
But I at least did some entertainment.
Yeah.
Bill?
I mean, I'm going to go down there and do shadow puppets. This is a ducky. Quack, quack, quack.
What if we did the...
These guys are good.
Yeah, exactly.
What if we did the, Nuggets fat guy dance
Oh, yeah.
program?
Yes. Have you?
What is that
Yeah, you ready
called?
for it's the average guy dance?
The
average guy dancers.
dance
Yeah.
studio.
Have you warmed up your jazz hands?
There you go.
Well, guys, I would sing for you, but I don't want to drive down your numbers.
That's okay.
Now, Charlie, tell me, how successful have you been with your effort?
We were pretty successful in Jefferson County, successful enough that the state asked us to bring it statewide, and that's why I'm down here today.
Nice.
We're giving every delegate a business card with our QR code, and we're asking them to go out and help us. So we can only do this with numbers, the old army of one. Well, we need everybody because it's not just one group doing it. We need everybody doing it.
Now, tell me why you think, from your perspective, Republicans are third when it comes to registration in the state.
Well, I don't think we've ever made really good strides in doing a voter registration drive and really focusing on that. I've been to assemblies, I've been to House district meetings and caucuses, and I always leave really renewed and fresh and optimistic. And then I wait a week, 2 weeks, a month goes by, and I don't hear what the message. We see the radical left in the streets protesting everything from defund the police to abolish ICE to no kings. You know what? I don't agree with them, but I respect their game. We need a game plan, and we need to stick to it. To me, a voter registration drive is something simple that we can all do. And I think if we do that, we can start turning Colorado around and get out of that bronze and maybe make a silver and, hey, maybe make a gold medal one day.
There you go. I love it. So, Charlie Johnson, how can people get involved with you? What's the process? What's the website?
Well, we just got the website up and going, so we don't have it up just yet.
Okay.
But you can see our business cards going around here. You can link to the Secretary of State's website on the business cards, and we should have a website up here probably by the end of this convention. So when you link to that, you'll link to us.
All right, Charlie Johnson.
Excellent.
Thank
Charlie,
you.
thank you so much.
It.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Have a great day today.
Yeah, you
Great.
too. And I'll look forward to those puppets that you're going to do.
Oh,
later.
yeah, they're going to be great. My bunny is fantastic.
I bet. Thanks, guys.
Jeff and Bill live at the Colorado Republican Assembly.
Filling in for Peter
just
Boyles.
watched Hope Scheppelman walk in. Hope was challenging Jeff Hurd.
Yep.
Now has a job with the Trump administration.
Yes.
So she withdrew there. I don't know if you saw this. Ron Hanks got a nomination and is now on the primary ballot.
Is he?
Against Jeff Hurd.
Oh, wow. I did not see that. I heard that he was going to be down here, but I didn't know for what. Oh, wow. That's going to be interesting. So, Hope Scheppelman in. Got all sorts of luminaries
we do
in.
have Britta Horn at the podium, so we might be getting this thing kicked off here momentarily. Candidates are continuing to make their way in. And eventually
there's going to be an announcement here. We still don't have all the seats filled, and people are still coming in, so I'm curious. Can't bring all of them. Can't start it without all the.
Well,
you can't start without the delegates.
You have speeches and.
But aren't the delegates going to vote?
Okay.
That's the issue.
How do you? Of course, once you get to
how
the
do you
voting,
start it?
You need to have them all here.
Oh, thank
great.
you. There's Charlie got us the cards for us.
There
That's
you go.
fantastic.
We got the cards.
Yeah,
with the
we're
QR
going to
code.
in front of the camera.
Really,
just kind of what it does.
You make it smart you pointed out it's very smart to go after these 15.
Oh, it's incredibly smart.
Right, if
yeah.
that's what the rules are.
Yes. Well, it's again,
gotta play by 'em.
the part is it's not just the rules; it's understanding voter behavior and especially teenage behavior.
Yeah.
Think about the teenagers that grab their favorite band, their favorite fast food, their favorite drink. All of those things are established in that preteen and teenage years, and that's why McDonald's spends tons of money. That's why all the soda manufacturers spend tons of money in order to capture you in that window, and it's vitally important. And in my opinion, the Democrats have been outplaying the Republicans in that window for a long time because they were thinking that as you age, you come more to Republican policies. But there are a lot of things that young voters can grab onto that make them potential Republican voters. You've got to talk to them. But most importantly, think about people in your life that may be registered as a Democrat or Republican, and they're not necessarily as deep in the weeds in the party politics there. They're still registered that way. They still lean that way. They're still open to the message. You got to capture them early. You have to. You got to establish brand preference, regardless.
Absolutely. Britta Horn.
Oh, Britta Horn up front. Going to be taking seats.
Calling people to take their seats.
There's still people coming in. Don't know how they'll do that.
Coming in for hours.
26, Colorado Republican Assembly is now in order.
All right, she has called the meeting to order 2
All
hours
right.
and 35 minutes after its original time to start.
Okie dokie.
We're going to get everything done before credentialing. We're going to still continue credentialing.
Oh, so they're gonna do what I thought. They're
Go
gonna
ahead.
start the meeting even though they don't have everybody in
Ah.
here. They're just not gonna do any of the voting yet.
Okay.
They've got speeches. They've got to do.
Here's a question.
Oh, Pledge of
If-
Allegiance.
hang
here.
on, I gotta stand for the
Adam,
pledge.
why don't you
Yeah.
take it to the live stream here?
You got to stand.
And the Pledge of Allegiance. Please, gentlemen, remove your helmets. And welcome the honor guard.
We are going to get everything done before credentialing. We're going to still continue to credential in, but we're going to take care of all the ceremonial items. So please be patient. Thank you very much. Please rise and remain standing for the invocation, presentation of colors, and the national anthem and the Pledge of Allegiance. Please, gentlemen, remove your hats and welcome the honor guard to present the colors of the United States of America and Colorado.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleams, gave proof through the night that
Oh, here we go. To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God,
Good morning, Colorado Republicans! Grace and peace to you from God our Father and His Son, Jesus Christ. Let us start by stilling our hearts, calming our hearts before the Lord. Our Father, who is in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Heavenly Father, we come before you with great gratitude for this opportunity to gather to serve
Are we live?
and to seek the good of our great state of Colorado. You are the source of all wisdom, all justice, and all truth.
This is the Jeff and Bill Show, broadcasting live from the State Assembly. We will continue filling in for Peter Boyles. The meeting just kicking off. We'll be right back. Jeff and Bill Show live from the Colorado Republican Assembly down in Pueblo as Republicans are gathering to nominate who's going to be on the ballots here. We have walking in Victor Marks right now. Victor is going to be joining our program coming up. You're not going to want to miss this interview. Definitely the hottest guy in the room, I would say, right? You walked.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Biggest
walked
audience.
in, biggest cheer. Yes, and tons of signs.
Making his way up here right now.
Yeah.
He's going to be joining us. We got our bingo card, though.
Yes, we do. There's a bingo card being passed out for the 2026 Colorado General Assembly. This is fantastic. Shout out to a friend of the media for passing these out. There's a pedophile ring. Are we going to mention Jenna Griswold? Anybody with mic difficulties, that's on there. Oil and gas, energy, God, election integrity. Michael Bennett is going to be there. People over politics, Donald Trump, Tabor, farms and ranches, bylaws, boys and girls sports, going over their speaking time and also falling asleep. Our extra points, crime, law, and order. You've got budget and spending, socialism 2A, Jared Polis, Tina Peters, Hickenlooper, Weiser. Anybody saying an F-bomb also gets you credit, and make Colorado great again. That is on your GOP Assembly bingo card today.
All right, joining us now live here at the State Assembly, I got to say, is the man of the hour from my perspective.
Yes.
He walked in earlier. The crowd went absolutely crazy. Just a preview of the reception he's getting here right now. And he looks great next to me. I look like a total clown. But with us is Victor Marks. Victor Marks, welcome to the Jeff and Bill Show.
Yes, welcome.
Great to be here. How exciting is this, brother?
Well, I got to tell you, we saw the turnout last night on social media. I was with Turning Point last night.
Yeah.
Couldn't make it, but you hosted a preview event. People, I mean, literally climbing in windows to see you and to speak. Tell me about this energy that you're experiencing, Victor Marks.
Well, one, it's humbling. And two, it's very telling of what the people want. They want change. They want to take their state back. And that event we held last night, there were over 500 people. And it was unbelievable. I couldn't have got a better shot in the arm for today than that.
Yeah. What does that do for you? I mean, talk to you about that energy. Because this is a big deal. This is one of the biggest moments of your entire career to walk on that stage.
It is. I heard this is the playoffs to the Super Bowl. And you know what? Knowing that the people want me for their next governor is fuel in the tanks. It's jet fuel. So it just continues to push me forward, knowing that the plans and policies that I've put in place, my background with leadership, this is what they're waiting for, not another politician. We're all kind of done with the politician's approach to affecting the state. So we've taken about as much of that as we can.
That's right. Now, that's Victor Marks. He's running for governor. It's a big day today. 18 candidates are going to take that stage. 18 candidates are going to give speeches. There's about 4,000 or 5,000 people in this room. He's got to get at least 30%, or at least I guess in your case 10%, but you're not aiming for that. You told us on the show you're going above 50. Preview your speech for us. What are people going to hear from you from that main stage here at the Colorado State Republican Assembly?
Well, I'm excited about who's nominating me and who's seconding it. It's Mark Geist. You know, people call him Oz from 13 Hours.
Big deal.
An incredible American hero. And then
this is a guy that was in Libya.
Yep.
When they were attacked by Al-Qaeda, seeking to defend the ambassador there. We all remember it. That was Hillary Clinton going, at what point, what difference does it make, you know? He was the man on the ground taking the shots.
Yeah.
That's a big deal, Victor.
And he had the courage and the fortitude to fight all of them afterwards.
Oh, man.
With a book and a movie. So he's a longtime friend, and I'm honored that he's going to nominate me. And then probably my favorite person in the world is going to do the second, which is my bride.
Oh,
and I'm so grateful for that. And then, you know, they're going to show a video that was made. I haven't even seen the final one, but they're going to show a 1:40 video that from what I've been told, will absolutely shock the arena and set the stage for me to get up and speak. And I think at that point, whether I have 2 minutes or 6 minutes, whatever time's left, and with the people's enthusiasm and applause, just being here, people already know what I stand for, the leadership that I'm going to bring, because it is a CEO position, not a legislative position, and people are ready for that.
By the way, I just want to tell people what's going on in the room. Gabe Evans, Congressman from Congressional District 8, the most competitive district in the country, just took the stage. Warm welcome for Gabe Evans as he's addressing the crowd here. Now, Victor Marks, I've been in politics in this room for over 12 years. Most people that want to get to that stage spend years working the crowd. They come up from small little offices to bigger offices. You are walking into this triumphantly for the very first time. What is going on there?
Well, it reminds me of my commander-in-chief when I served in the Marine Corps, President Ronald Reagan. He kind of did the same thing.
Yeah.
Came out of nowhere as far as politics, stepped on the scene and won the governor position in California, and turned that state around, and he went on to do other things as well.
That's right. Absolutely.
Now, Victor Marks, you are at the top of the ticket, so you are kind of the main stage, main event going on here. The other one that has got a lot of people talking is Colorado GOP party leadership. Now, do you have an idea or a vote as far as who you would like to see run the Colorado GOP party, or is it something that you're just going to stay out of for now?
I'm going to stay out of it for now, but there's definitely a couple of people that if they progress to that seat, it would be catastrophic for our party. And look, you'll see the people today that are here for the first time. We're bringing in fresh, excited people who've never been involved in politics. They're moving up to delegates. They've gone through the process, and you know what? In the last couple of days, I've had 4 people tell me that because of our campaign, them coming to a rally, being challenged, not only are delegates going to these caucuses and finding open seats, Democrats not challenged, they actually entered the race in 4 different races. So I'll tell you, this is the energy that the GOP needs. New people, people with hope who are excited about it. And to have, to put somebody in that place of leadership would absolutely be horrible for the party.
That's Victor Marks running for governor. Big day for him today. We had Barb Kirkmeyer on Wednesday. She said you're not going to end up on the ballot coming through this event. What's your response to her?
I would just say everybody needs to remember what she said. Because if we're taking fact-checking on what people say and what's happened since the moment I've entered the race on October 1st, there's a whole lot of mud on people's faces. But people tend to forget. I don't, because what you say and what you do matters. And the folks that are here to support us, it's so overwhelming. They can't fit everybody here. We have a tailgate party going on in the parking lot.
I gotta tell you, Victor,
E1.
I haven't seen energy like this at any state assembly, and I think you can attribute it to your candidacy in a big way. There's something changing in Colorado, and it's exciting to see, my friend.
Well, we're excited to be here. Again, it's humbling to see the support, but we are going to take our state back. And today is going to be, look at there, see? Yeah. He's even using our slogan because it's common sense and it makes a difference. We have to.
What was the slogan? I couldn't hear. I got my earbuds in.
Take it back. Look at there.
Back. There
take
it is.
It back.
Victor Marks, big
That
sign.
is it. We're going to take it back.
All right, his website. Give folks the website real quick.
Victor 2026.com is where folks can go. They can volunteer for all kind of stuff and support what we're doing because we're going to win the governor's seat back.
We're going to watch it tonight, or today, might be tonight, but today,
it'll be tonight.
Victor Marks will be giving his big speech at the Colorado State Assembly, previewing that live with Jeff and Bill filling in for Peter Boyles. We will continue. You're listening to us on 710 KNUS in Denver.